Greetings. My name is Gavin, and for the past 4 months and 22 days, I have been traveling across North America, and it brought me true freedom. It was the trip of a lifetime, and I will look back and love it forever. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. So that's what this is. This is the unloading of the trailer. I'm going to tear out everything that is not bolted down and show you exactly what I brought on the road to survive out on my own with my dog for the past 140 days. All right, the camper and the cab is clear, and everything that I brought in those two places fit either on or under the table, which is kind of insane. Sleeping bag, throw blanket, and 2 pillows required. A full duvet comforter set. It went into a storage bag and did not touch it again. Probably wouldn't bring either of these things. A nice coat and overalls. Glad I had these. My ukulele. This was a great bring. Then we got my laptop bag. Passport, journal, Bible, devotional. This kept my stuff safe, and this was kind of the bag that stayed protected. So it was nice to have it. For my clothes, I brought 8 pairs of underwear, 8 socks, 4 pairs of thermal socks, which is too many, swim trunks, pajamas, which I did not use, 8 t-shirts, 5 sweatshirts, 2 pairs of light pants, a pair of jeans, a pair of thermal pants, a couple flannels, a heated vest, and a dirty laundry bag. As far as shoes, 1 pair of waterproof boots, some slippers, which I, in hindsight, would trade for Crocs, and 4 towels. These were nice to clean up messes and clean up the dog. I did not use my thermal pants. I did not use my heated vest. I did not use half of my sweatshirts. And that's my clothes. I would do at least a week just to prevent needing to do laundry, because doing laundry is a pain in the butt. Doing laundromats every week was a good balance. Everything else, pants, sweatshirts, things that you can reuse that don't get as dirty, 1 or 2 max. In addition to the sleeping bag, we have a heating pad. This was nice for nights I either ran out of propane or it was just so cold that it was a nice addition to it. I kept the camper at a measly 50 degrees to keep the dog comfortable. And it was nice to have something in my sleeping bag that kept me comfortable. And the heating pad did wonders for that. You also have to make sure your battery capacity is capable of handling that, because at least 3 times during the trip, I was woken up at 4 a.m. because I ran out of power because I fell asleep with the heating pad on. So something to note, but definitely nice to have. Next on the docket, we've got Willie's bed. So the passenger seat was removed from the Tacoma, and instead we put a bed in there. Of course, Willie used it. It never moved from that spot. Willie's food bowl, which he has since destroyed, because when he was not laying on the bed, he was laying on the bowl. So he popped through that bowl and snapped this thing in half. So it's junk now, but it worked for the 4 months that I used it. Here, we've got the trash bin of neglected stuff. Not neglected because I didn't use it. Neglected because I didn't use it as a trash can. It was an incredible vessel to hold pretty much everything that I needed quick access to. Now, what is inside the trash can? Tea kettle, used it every day. Love it. French press, used it every day. Ice scraper, super nice to have to get the ice off the solar panels and the roof. Umbrella, I probably used it twice, but it comes with me everywhere. Y'all know I love my water bottles. I have this 32 ounce, another 32 ounce with the cap, a 64 ounce, which were all necessary. They all had their different purposes or different places. Rest of it's just kind of neglected fridge stuff. Small handheld vacuum, which is very nice. A little expensive, it's like $100, but it'll go good in my car afterwards to keep it clean without taking up a lot of room. This is your key, air circulation. Didn't need it, nice to have it. Fire extinguisher, only almost burnt down the camper twice, but both times I was able to shut off the fuel source before it became a problem. The GAT, nice to have, didn't need it. It was there if I did. Can't bring this into Canada, so plan accordingly. Carbon monoxide detector. Only time this thing ever beeped was at 3 a.m. when the batteries needed changed. And then a first aid kit. I did use this a couple times. A can of Spam split my finger wide open, so that was nice to have. Here, we got a whole hodgepodge of stuff. So let's break it down. Food, peanut butter, oatmeal, granola bars. Cutting board with a massive knife. Jet boil. Lights, had 3 of these to rotate out. USB-C charger. Boot heater. This is a cheap piece of Amazon crap, but it did its job. As you can tell, I had to take it apart multiple times and resolder the wires back together, but I think it's still working, but it'll probably go in the trash anyway. Nice to have in the snow. A giant speaker. Basket of junk. Moisturizer. Magnesium. YSL. A ball that Wilson never touched. Then down here we have other various groceries. Apple juice. The reason I did buy it was because peeing in this is much easier than getting out of the camper to go pee. A whole slew of very compact pots and pans, which is nice in theory, but doing dishes is a pain in the butt. So everything that's in this bag stayed in there. I did pull one thing out, and that is this pan. Meal prep in this one. It holds 4 or 5 days worth of food. Reheat in this one. Then I had sporks on deck. This right here is the world's best eating utility tool. Fortified with a zip tie. Must have, don't need. Throwaway paper bowls. Dishes are a pain. This is the solution. MREs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left out of a total of 36 that I brought. So I ate 29 of them. Incredible to have. Back here, we have one of the top 10 favorite items that I brought. And I forget where I ranked it. Check out the last video if you're curious. But it is a REI Trail 40 bag. This was nice to sit on. I never used it to sleep. This is a neck pillow. I figured I would need it for long drives and never once touched it. And all this is either junk or stuff I already talked about. So I'll clean it up and we'll break into the trailer. First and foremost, we have the awning system. I lost the awning completely in Oregon. Didn't use it before that. I ended up having to carry all of the scrap metal, the brand new awning that my dad sewed together around for the whole trip without the privilege of using it. Next, traction pads. I mean, I might not have blew my clutch if I pulled these out of the bag. Electric chainsaw. Nice to have when you're frequenting Forest Service roads. We got 2 tables that mounted to the back of the doors. This is what your toilet looks like when you're on the road. I did not want to use it, so I didn't. Hiking sticks. Didn't need them, nice to have them. The all-time dumbest thing I brought on this trip was this stupid chair. If it wasn't so preposterously large. It sat in the back of the trailer and gathered dust. And instead, get you one of these. This is a Helinox Chair Zero. This thing is extremely small. If you watched any of my videos before, you know how small this thing is. This right here is a double burner propane grill. I did all of my meal prepping on this. Great to have. Definitely get one. Next, we have the extremely heavy miscellaneous box. This box is responsible for tools, which you must have. Miscellaneous fix-it-up things. This thing could start a fire underwater. Incredible solution for when it is very cold. Cordless drill, impact. Extension cord for hooking up to shore power. Bungee cords, nice to have. 4 days worth of Wilson food. You buy the 50-pound bag and make about 15 of these. Vice grips, need them. An electric pump, never needed to use it. A manual pump, Need this, don't need that. PB blaster, a hammock, cool if you use it. Not a huge loss if not. Fix a flat kit, tire iron, didn't need it, nice to have it. Foldable table, used it once or twice. Snowboard gear, protection, winter items, extremely nice to have. Axe, super nice to have. Snow shovel, used it once. And finally, the highlight of the trailer was that it was a shower. So this right here is the shower water heater. You hook it up to the water tank and the propane, and it heats your water. Then you have the hose to fill up the tank. I would have been home 3 months ago if I didn't have the ability to shower. So now I will show you the depressing emptiness of everything. It's a bit sad. So now let's do a run through of the stuff that is staying fixed to the trailer. Spare tire, which is a spare for both the trailer and the truck, as they are identical pairs. Super nice to have one spare, multi-purposes. Propane heater, very nice to have. With a heat shield on top, got the water tank that I need to empty, and then all that's staying as well. I need to pull my soap off. We got propane tank for the hot water heater, rarely had to fill that up. Bonus jerry can, which I never have had to use, but I did once have to be sucking fumes to get to the gas station. I think I showed up and filled up for 19.76 gallons. It has a 20-gallon tank, so I got pretty close to using it. And I wouldn't have been able to do that, at least with the confidence that I had that thing not been attached the whole time. 5-gallon water tank with manual pump. This thing was incredible. It got used almost every single day. The water bottles that I had took up a ton of room. That thing is just free, so definitely get one of those. Thanks Elijah for that brilliant idea. Changed the game. Propane tank for the propane heater and the fridge. And that's gonna do it for all of the stuff that I brought. So it was a lot of fun. I'm a little sad that it was gone so quick. Looking back, it feels like I just left yesterday. It feels like I was parked in this spot loading this thing up. Now I'm tearing it all down. But such is life. We are not done. We gotta clean this whole thing.